The more you rely on others for validation, the less you trust yourself. Let's change that today. Needing validation from others to feel good about yourself runs much deeper than just seeking approval. It shows a lack of self-trust, which can actually be quite dangerous. I stayed in an abusive relationship for longer than I should have just because I did not trust myself to leave and be okay on my own. Maybe you're in a similar situation, or maybe you're just tired from constantly seeking approval in order to feel good about yourself. I get it, it's exhausting, and deep down you probably know that that's not how things should be. However, it's completely normal to feel uncertain, especially if you've been conditioned to seek approval from others. But you can shift that. The first step is to build self-trust. Start small, make tiny decisions on your own, and follow through. Each time you act without needing approval, you build trust within yourself. Set yourself up for success by setting micro-achievable goals. For example, if you want to work out consistently and you start by going to the gym 5 times per week, even though maybe you're not going at all right now, you're setting yourself up for failure. Start by setting micro-achievable goals that you can follow through with even when your external life circumstances are changing. Just because you can work out 5 to 6 times per week for a week or 2 does not mean that you can stay consistent with this for a year or longer. If you want to post on social media consistently but don't know where to start by setting 15 minutes per day to work on your content. A lot of people will use the excuse of, I don't know where to start. If you don't know where to start, that means that you don't actually know what the end goal is for you, or you haven't broken down the goal into manageable, actionable steps. This process can be applied to anything that you're confused about. Don't let the I don't know be an excuse for you to not take action. Maybe you've heard this idea of setting micro-achievable goals before, but did you know that this is also called the winner effect? It shows that small repeated victories boost dopamine in the brain, reinforcing confidence and motivation, making it easier for you to keep winning and achieving larger goals over time. By setting micro goals, you're building a strong foundation for long-term success and self-trust. Second step is to detach from outcome-based validation. Stop tying your worth to the outcome of your actions. I would use this concept a lot for my fitness clients. There's so many variables that affect the number on the scale, and attaching our self-worth to something that at the end of the day we actually have no control over doesn't make sense. But we do have control over how we show up every day, how many workouts we do, our nutrition, steps, water. We do have control of our daily habits. And instead of attaching our self-worth to an outcome that we cannot control or predict fully, attach your self-worth to how much time you actually spend loving yourself. Or let's say you're starting a new online business. You've done all the self-discovery and brand identity work. You have a content strategy, your copywriting is on point, you post a new video and it only gets 200 views. Does that mean that everything you've done up to this point is pointless and that you should feel bad about yourself? No. Specifically in the realm of social media, I like to use outcome-based data. Data is objective. It doesn't mean anything about you as a person, and you can use it to analyze, refine, and improve things. But outcome-based validation is constantly waiting for something outside of you in order to feel good about yourself. Guess what? You'll never actually reach it because the goalpost will keep moving. Being an immigrant from Eastern Europe, money has always been a huge marker for success. But now I simply refuse to attach my self-worth to an external circumstance. It's a game you can never win, and I want to win. Now I attach my self-worth to how much time I spend loving myself. How do I take care of myself every day? What am I consuming? What people am I spending my time with? What am I eating? What thoughts are constantly present? What am I actually behind closed doors? How do I behave when no one is looking? Am I actually proud of who I am being? A big reason of why people attach their self-worth to external validation is because they're scared to face themselves. And it's a lot easier to give that responsibility to someone else. Like you, someone else Please make me feel good about myself because I'm scared to face the things that make me feel bad about myself. Get it? I've been there, but no amount of pain that you'll feel facing the things that you don't want to face is gonna be worse than giving away your power completely to things outside of you. Third is to set boundaries on seeking advice. There's a difference between seeking advice and seeking validation. Stop asking other people for their opinion on everything you do. No, your parents, siblings, your partner, friends, they don't actually know better. Yes, we can use people that we trust to build external awareness around things that we are not as confident in, but someone else's opinion should never come first. You're more than capable of figuring out what to wear, what to eat, what photo to post, and everything in your life. Before asking for someone else's opinion, check in with yourself first. Are you looking for genuine insight, or are you looking for someone else to tell you that you're doing the right thing? You actually don't need a second opinion on most things that you do on a day-to-day basis. Validate yourself first. Ask yourself the same questions you would ask another person. Your opinion should always come first. What helped me a lot when it comes to listening to my inner voice is learning about my inner authority through human design. For example, I'm a splenic projector, which means I base my decisions off instinct. It's the feeling I get before I can even think about what's happening almost. It's very, very quick. But you also have different kinds of authorities, mental, emotional, and so on. Using tools is a great way to help you build that self-trust. You can Google free human design charts and figure out what your authority is. Using tools is a great way to help build self-trust until you don't need them anymore. Remember, start small so you can be on that winning trajectory. Follow through on the promises that you make to yourself, detach from outcome-based validation, and switch to outcome-based data so you can be objective with your results and use them to actually refine, analyze, and improve things. And be intentional when asking for advice. Always check in with yourself first. This is not going to be an overnight transformation, but you can make significant changes today. You just need to decide and commit to it first. Always relying on external validation to feel happy is waiting for someone else to tell you that you're good enough. And it's one of the most disempowering states that you can be in. Why choose to live life on hard mode? That's it for today. Please let me know if you have any specific questions, drop them in the comments. Like this video, it really helps support my channel, and I'll see you in the next one, which is how to stay productive with severe anxiety. Slay.